Okay, so you guys have all just come out of the apartment. What do you want to do now? You've checked out where the corpse was. You've found the other blood splatter. You hacked the camera. Yeah.
The first thing I want to do is try to open the ammo box I found in the bedroom of Mr. Alex that I found behind the bed.
What did you say? Say that again.
That was a thing that happened?
I found an ammo box.
Oh, that's correct. You did.
Oh!
Alex's room.
Yeah, under the bed, like
yes.
pushed up against the wall. Yep, that's it.
So I'm going to open it and see what's inside.
Okay.
I was here too.
Alrighty. So you open it and find a heavy pistol and 12 rounds of ammo.
Okay.
And that's about all.
12 rounds of basic ammo, right?
Basic
Nothing
ammo,
special? Cool. I'm gonna hold the heavy pistol up for Mallory and be like, huh?
Woo!
Okay.
Taking it.
Just any idea? Is it good? Does it work?
Reroll butt being a butt. What's he doing?
Yeah, so
That's a gun.
is there a way I can inspect the quality of the gun?
You absolutely can.
Oh gosh, the
Give me a.
character sheet is so zoomed in.
Yep. Give me a weapons tech roll.
I should have taken points in that. Technique, weapons tech.
Roll.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's
I didn't mean to do that. Ignore that,
Okay.
please.
That's a good roll.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still an
So it's a gun. And
I hate you, Gore.
it's kind of it's kind of pain. Like somebody, it looks like it at one point with a few. Looking at some of the scratches, at one point it would have been like silver or like nickel, but it's been painted with blackout. The whole gun has been painted with blackout, so maybe that's why it's hard to tell what sort of quality it is.
He did something to make it more concealable. I'd have to scrub it down to get to the components. Technical jargon, something another. The lock pin seems a little stuck. I'm hiding the fact that I failed as best I can.
You didn't really fail, though.
I had an 18, yeah. 18 minus 1, so a 17. Took me a minute.
Yes, math is fine.
Man, that's hard. But yeah, double ones, that's ugly.
Happiness is laser shaped.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, take it apart, do what you want with it, and I'm gonna pocket the basic ammo.
Okay.
Because I can.
Because 12 rounds.
Done.
All right.
Yeah, that's so sad.
And then.
Well, I have that one bullet with the green residue within it.
Yeah, we gotta get that analyzed and maybe
Yeah, we gotta take that to someone.
see the Ripper doc. Maybe they have a way of analyzing.
Okay. Did somebody have local knowledge this area or no?
Yes.
Okay. You'd already figured. You already did a roll to see if you knew where a Ripper dock was, right? I
I
believe.
think so.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
there was
close.
one close by, I believe, from last week.
Yeah, there was one like quarter of a mile away.
So shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, don't all speak at once, guys.
Yeah, no, yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna look at Nimbus Kit and be like, lead the way, please.
I
All right.
will do so.
Okay, not a problem. I think I had a... Did I not have an icon for... Yeah, there we go. Poof. It's an icon to kind of symbolize about whereabouts on the map you guys are.
I can't tell beta. I'm half blind as it is, so everything looks like it's low res to me.
I'm thinking, Gord, did you zoom in or out for this on your browser? Because if you zoomed out, it might be the reason why. I wouldn't tell you not to do it though, because the character sheets are wide, and I like them small.
Did I zoom out? It doesn't look like it because everything's still in the right place. There's one easy way to find out. Let me go to...
I always just assume my eyes are blurry, bluzzy.
Okay,
Just make a new word,
plus,
bluzzy.
Control minus kind of zoom.
I mean, it looks fine on my end, but... Yeah, I mean, it's all... It's not zoomed in or out.
Yeah, the glasses are making it clear.
And no, it's at standard zoom. That's
weird.
interesting.
Yeah. It might just be upscaled in a weird way. I don't know.
Let me see here, 1 second.
Oh, I should be able to fight Mr. T and Biscuits now.
No, and let me enlarge it. Looks fine on my end, but I'm seeing it from the...
Or your background's tripping me out.
Because it moves?
Because the one on stream moves.
Right. You might just have tired eyes, maybe. I don't know. Long as you can see the big numbers and stuff, that's all that matters. Okay. So yeah, you guys are going to head to... and who was it that had that skill, the local knowledge?
That was me.
Okay, so Nimbus Kitten is going to take you to see the local Ripper Doc. Okay. All right, so this particular Ripper Doc, everyone just calls him Sanchez or Dr. Sanchez.
Oh,
and
God. His first name's not Rick, is it?
Rick Sanchez? No.
Good, we'll be okay then.
It was on my end. Quality was dropping. Okay, no problem, buddy. It's all good. Okay. So, yeah, Ripper Docs. You wander into his little practice, I guess you could call it. And yeah, he just kind of like looks at you and says, "Hey, what can I do for you, chums?"
We have a thing. We aren't sure what it is. It's regarding a murder in the street, and we're trying to find a lead.
Okay, he kind of looks at you
hold
and he
up the
says,
shell.
"That's not really my forte, chum. You know, normally I'm installing cybernetic prosthetics and cyberware and stuff like that. Not real big on the chemicals."
Do you have a contact who is? Because we're trying to find the person who can figure out what this is.
Huh. If it's chemical based, I'd well, either check at one of the medical centers or find you a med tech.
Where do you find a med tech in Middle Europe? They only dispose of the bodies after midnight.
Living after midnight.
Is there anyone you could just point us to?
All
Just
right.
nearby, you know?
So here's what we're gonna do. You, using your luck stat, roll or give me your luck stat plus a d10.
Oh, well, that's not going to be good. Why do I have to be the one to do it?
Because you were the one that asked.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Okay. He says, "Look, I'll be honest. Some of the things I've done here are not too kosher. I'm trying to lay low, so trying to avoid that kind of stuff, if you know what I mean. Just trying to stay out of the neighborhood and not really get too much on anybody's radar. But
Heard.
hey,
Heard.
as I said, you can, go check out one of the hospitals or one of the med centers."
All right, thank you. Sorry for bothering you.
What? Agree.
Huh? Well, he doesn't have anything for us.
Has anyone come in here in the past couple days with a serious gunshot wounds? Maybe across the torso, abdomen?
No, not really.
No clientele, even people who would want to keep it quiet, or
Well, he wouldn't tell us if they're trying to keep it quiet.
well, maybe his lack of being helpful in the other way makes him feel guilty here, so he wants to. help
We're
us
not
in this
doing
way.
anything
No,
for him.
again,
though.
I mean,
We don't
mostly
owe him
people come to
anything.
me to
He
have
doesn't know.
cybernetic implants put in, taken out, adjustments done.
We're looking.
I don't
for
patch
a
up
med
meat,
tech,
you know?
if anything, yeah.
You got the wrong kind of doc for that.
I'm gonna look at Nimbus Kitten and say, "Where's the nearest med center in this area?"
Hold on.
There's one.
Let me move my. Okay. get
No,
my
not that
details
one.
out.
Education.
Ask him if he has any ligma.
Any what? Okay, so there isn't a med center in Little Europe that you know of. Not a proper med center.
We just don't get sick here in Little Europe.
Well, there's a med center in Upper Marina. Oh, hang on, because of the messing around with the overlay, the things changed. Okay, yeah, there's a med center over in the Marina area, which is kind of here.
Damn.
And he'll tell you where they are.
That's really far.
It is. It's on the far other side of the city. And then in Old Japan Town, there's a crisis med center, which is kind of here. Which is a little closer, but honestly not much.
And then you have to be in Old Japan Town.
Damn.
But I mean,
You really don't want to get sick and need a doctor.
well, that's just it. In Night City, med centers are few and far between. People go to med techs or they rely on medical insurance to get that stuff taken care of. And, they basically go to clinics and things like that, or kind of shady backstreet med techs and stuff.
Which is what I feel like this person would have done.
So
given
if
that
you're
it's
trying to
probably-
find one in this neck of the woods, again, with your local knowledge, give me a roll. If you're not looking for a med tech, give me a roll to see if you know of any iffy backstreet docs that deal with meat as opposed to tech.
Or like
Okay,
a
I'll
fixer, even.
use 2 of my lucky points.
Okay.
So this plus 2.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh. Well, that really sucked. As a 10 minus 10. Yeah, that's just not anything you've really dabbled into or had to deal with. You're not familiar with anything like that.
Yeah, so like my body's pretty awesome, so I've never had to like really go anywhere for stuff like that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
Feels weird asking you.
going straight to the source doesn't seem to be a particularly viable thing. So you may have to come up with an alternate way of finding somebody that can help you out.
I'm gonna whip out my phone or my agent.
Your agent?
And we're gonna put out feelers with the Nimbus Kitten fans.
Maybe we should get out of the guy who's trying to lay low's place. Other fans will come flocking, I promise.
Sure. Let's go back to the street. Good idea.
Okay.
Okay, like
You get out of the back
Whatever.
alleys and the back parking lot and kind of go back to the main street. Sounds good.
Is there any way of like
he's like in the background.
me being able to find information?
Yeah, if we have like a fixer. Or something
There
to talk
is, if you can. Again, because the net is kind of disassembled, you'd kind of have to hack into some kind of local net that might contain that sort of information.
Okay.
But it's not going to be like world, again,
Yeah.
you could find out where the med centers are, but it's not something that's easy to find. Anybody
I'm
that's kind
thinking,
of
like,
off grid.
Dark.
My thought is it's
Web
probably
style.
illicit, and there's probably some sort of fixer trade for whatever this is. We might want to see if we could find someone who deals in whatever this is, or is familiar enough to know where we could find some, and then we'd have possibly no link to whatever this murder was actually about, because I haven't seen anything like this, and I'm just holding the shell out in the open like...
Right. Okay. So other ideas?
Okay, so you're reaching out to your fans, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put out feelers for that.
Okay.
Hey, cats and kittens! I'm looking for a meat doc. One that maybe keeps it on the DL. Slide into
Alright.
my DMs.
Go ahead and give me a use of your roll ability. And maybe do better than you have been.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So you put that out there and put it into the world, and of course it's not something that you can expect an immediate response from, but it's out there, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so like, give them a minute or something.
Is there anything you guys want to do while you wait?
Yeah, I'm gonna splinter off from the group on the main street, and I mean, I guess try to listen for rumors as I pass. Like, maybe try to employ my rumor mill that I can get from the media function. Like active rumors, can't I try to roll for that or something to that effect?
Sorta. I think here. Let me find your.
I could roll for rumors. There's passive rumors and active rumors, right? So,
Correct. Yep.
What's the difference?
Passive rumors is Gore rolls secretly for things that I would have learned between sessions or between stories or whatever. And active rumors is really just me on the street trying to figure it out.
The media. Yeah, there's vague rumors, typical rumors, and
If
all
the
that mess.
better I roll, the more I can glean.
Yep. So yeah, give us a roll.
Would it be conversation? I imagine because I'm on the street trying to overhear things. Or
No, it's a credibility roll.
Yeah, but there's a section that under my tab that says rumors, and it says selects to the appropriate skill, like to choose the skill.
Oh, sorry. I see what you mean. Like the relevant skill that applies to it.
Yeah.
You really. If you're just trying to, there's really a couple of options. It's either you're going to engage people in conversation to try to get them to talk to you, or you're going to try to just use Streetwise to kind of eavesdrop conversation. So you tell me what your plan is.
I would be eavesdropping. I would not be trying to coax with a conversation.
Okay, then use Streetwise.
All right, so
Howard.
I'm just picturing some homeless guy runs up to you with a bunch of green stuff in his head. It's like, what is this? You know, you're not gonna.
Oh, nice roll.
Oh,
Faggot saving
nice
the
roll.
day. My prayers were answered.
Okay.
So you just run into somebody who's like Hey, so there was a guy that got shot and killed here the other day, and there was this dude that I saw that
Right.
And the walls were oozing green slime.
Well, and the thing is, it's not necessarily that his rumors are anything to do with what he's choosing them to be.
Sure.
It may
could be another story.
It may be another story or something inadvertently related, right? So, the chances of him. The other day, I had to go and find this doctor that was below. You know, that's not necessary. But with a really high roll, maybe he's just that lucky. But no. But what you will hear in your is not that, but you will hear some information that kind of makes you prop your ears up. You overhear somebody talking about a shotgun shell, and here's what you basically hear. He's like, dude, you gotta try a shotgun. He says, it's way freaky, man. It makes you feel like super tough and super aware, and you know, when you come down, it's like, no, just chill, man. You just chill. It's like not even doesn't even give you the DTs. Doesn't even make you feel bad, dude. It's just really amps you up, you know? And he's like, I never heard of that on the street. Oh, is this something new? He says, man, I don't know. I only found out about it a week ago. He said, but there's this gang, man. They split it away from the wild things, and they're hawking it on the streets. And they seem to be the only ones that seem to know about it and source it. He said, I got the hookup from a friend of mine, and we did it in a back alley. Dude, afterwards, I felt like I could lift up a car, dude. It was incredible, man. And, yeah, so do what you want with that information.
The whole thing.
The Wild Things?
That's what he said.
Is that what he said? He said a gang called the Wild Things? I
Uh-huh.
love it. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
He said they were
yeah.
a tearaway gang from the Wild Things.
A tearaway. Oh, okay.
Like
I
a
missed
group
the
that had,
tearaway.
like, pulled away from a main gang, like, gone out on their own.
Okay, I'm going to go to these two people, and I'm going to start twitching a little bit.
Okay.
You said something about... I want that. What alley? Come on, dude. I heard you.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Shit. Persuasion's not very good. I'm going to, because I'm desperate for an answer, add 2 to this. I'm going to use
Okay.
my... Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dragon has all the dice today.
I am
save some for
sorry.
the rest of us.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Well,
It's
the
good.
guy
You'll
that seems
continue wasting our dice
enthusiastic
if this
about
is the
talking
result.
about it, he kind of just looks at you and says, let me see here.
It's like
That's
a
just
casual fixer.
He says,
He
here,
says,
I have some
okay,
right
he goes-
here.
No, he says,
Right here in my hand.
oh, dude, I got it from these guys at this apartment down there named B-Post. And right as he does that, the other one, like, just slaps him upside the head and goes, yo, shut your mouth. You don't know who this fucking guy is. And he goes, yeah, hey, dude, no, I got no idea what you're talking about. And then the other one, like, rolls his eyes and kind of looks at him, and he goes, really?
Is everyone in Little Europe so colorful?
At this point, he
These
then kind of, like,
characters, they're
lifts
so
up his
wonderful.
shirt to show a pistol, like, in his pocket, like, just to make sure you can see it. And he says, no, asking questions around here on the street can get you hurt.
Well, hey, no, please, no, that's not what this is. You know, I'm hurt. That's really what it is. I'm really hurt.
Did you some kind of junkie fool?
No,
Get the fuck out of here. I ain't no dealer, chum.
I ain't saying you are, but you know someone who is. Just point me in the direction, please. That's all I'm asking, son. Please.
All right, with that, he pulls the pistol out.
Oh, I'm just gonna start backing up and be like, I'm sorry.
And he goes,
I'm sorry.
I was hoping I wasn't going to have to shoot nobody tonight.
Then you won't. I'm gone. I'm gone. And I'm gonna start walking backwards and like bowing a little bit. And I'm gonna get out of. I'm gonna leave the scene basically.
All right.
Shift my back. Walk to the guys.
I'm terrified if that's what you get when you roll that out persuasion.
Oh,
In a
hey, his
safe
persuasion
neighborhood.
on the other guy worked. This guy is like, I mean, you're asking people, random people on the street, just walking up to him and saying, "Hey, hook me up with drugs."
Do you have any
You're
highly
lucky.
illicit,
If you'd have failed the
illegal
persuasion, he'd have
materials?
probably just shot you there and then.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look at Mallory and say, that shell is used for drugs.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
gonna kinda,
way
like,
of taking
smell
a
it
drug.
a little bit. It was... Huh.
So like you guys
I
probably
mean,
shouldn't
it's
just
got a
like let it
weird
come in
kind of
contact.
strange floral smell to it.
You're
more
just
of a-
letting that stuff come in contact with your skin. That's like probably not okay.
It's like hops and bergamot.
So the gonks over there kind of clued me in a little bit. I couldn't get more. They pulled a piece on me. But basically, it's a street drug. There was a gang, the Wild Things, and this is a splinter part of it. Some people went off and
Does that sound familiar?
sold it as a. That's what they sell. That's what they're.
Not necessarily.
They got it from some apartment in this area and shot up in some back alley, and I couldn't get any more.
He did actually say where the apartment was near.
BMO.
BMO? Okay.
Bpos.
Bpos. Near someplace.
If you want to give me a local knowledge roll on Bpos, Spook,
Of course I do. I love that place.
you might.
Oh!
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you probably do. So,
shit.
it's called Bepos Trattoria. And Bepos, it was a restaurant. It was an important dining spot here in Little Europe. Until, like, a mob showed up. And then Bepos maneuvered the situation so that it's the restaurant that kind of become neutral ground, open to all mob business and all gang type business, and is off limits to violence and the police. The Bepos serves, it's known for like an awesome plate of spaghetti marinara and meatballs if you can afford it. But the biggest thing about it is the unwritten rule is there is no violence at Bepos. Doesn't matter who you are, you take it outside. Nobody starts anything in Bepos. So you do know where that is.
Yeah, so like Bpos is really great. They have amazing food, and like that's kind of the best place thing about it. But like you don't have to worry about them pulling a piece on you or whatever that means.
Yeah. And Bepos is not that far from here.
You do not know what that means. Why are you so
Well,
pure?
I mean, I don't really like guns. So I kind of try to avoid people with guns.
Guns are bad, okay?
Wow.
Mallory's out of a job. I'm gonna slap her on the back, jokingly.
That's just crazy.
I mean, my family, I kind of come from a family of pacifists. We moved around a lot, and like they helped a lot of people, but we never really used guns.
Okay, at this point, your agent buzzes a little bit, and one of your simps basically tells you that there is a place that they just refer to as the clinic, which is some very competent and resourceful but ludicrously overpriced, no questions asked surgery parlor. Which is kind of on the northwest side of Little Europe.
Okay, so here Kitty Kitty 420 says like there's a place called the Clinic where like you can get whatever the hell you want done, no questions asked. Just for, you know, maybe more eddies than typical. That might be a place we could ask some questions.
Oh, and I lied. Southwest. If I said northwest, it's southwest.
And this was totally a typo.
You have
He
a
meant
chance to fix
southwest.
it.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty
Southwest
needs to go.
Said.
Saeed. Yep. So you've got your two new leads are either down here for the clinic, or where's Beepose on the map? Or that here. Beepose is closer.
Okay, so like Bpose is closer. So we could like totally go there first. Give me 1 sec, and then I'm gonna like reply to here Kitty Kitty 420
Okay.
with a selfie, like blowing a kiss, and then I'd be like, okay.
Nimbus gets a ton of views because people think her pacifist hippie talk is adorable. Hey, she's an enigma in Night City, that's for sure.
She just wants everybody to be like
Oh, I forgot my goggles.
excellent to each other.
Go and be excellent
Oops, there
to
we are.
each other.
Forgot my specs.
I'm gonna look at Saren and Mallory. Say, what do you guys think we should do
Purple's
first?
good.
Well, Bepos is closer to the apartment. It's more likely where he got it from. I think. Or at least where his contact would be to. It was someplace by Bepos, they said, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you said it was an apartment near Beepose.
So how would we find?
It's closer, but I feel like the trail of the person who was shot might go cold faster.
What time
Sorry,
of night
Fester
is,
thinks that.
what time is it?
It's late evening.
It reminds me of Snake from Black Butler.
And how long would it take to head to the clinic, quote unquote?
The clinic?
Distance wise, like if we're walking or would
If
we
you're
take a
walking,
metro?
hours.
We take a metro, right? If we don't have a
About
car.
this much.
Yeah. But you could take a metro and get there probably 45 minutes.
I imagine these. So I'm just gonna look at everyone. I imagine these guys had some form of transportation, car, right?
Well, I think
It
they
would
would
be-
have to. I don't see them being able to walk all the way to the clinic if they're injured.
Or ride the subway. That would just alert people, especially with two bodies, right? They got rid of them somewhere.
I mean, I don't know. Have you been to like this part of Little Europe lately? That might just be like a typical Tuesday.
Yeah, by the bloodstains, you assume that 2 people were seriously injured or possibly killed. One of them less so. That's right.
So I'm immediately gonna just smack my head. And I'm
Okay.
just gonna look at everyone and say, there were no trailing blood marks, so if the bodies were removed from the scene, maybe they weren't removed far.
Should we go looking?
And I'm gonna look at Jaren and say, you were sitting on top of a dumpster to do your hacking. We didn't look in the dumpster.
Oh,
God.
like I totally thought you were
no-
dumpster diving.
There's
It's
nothing
not
to
a.
look
It's
at
what
in the
is it?
dumpster.
There were
mile
2
and a half back?
dumpsters.
Let's go.
One had the lid already up and the other one was closed.
There's nothing to look at in the dumpster. All of the other stuff, the net stuff, is not there.
You like don't think the police would have looked there?
I think the police are busy.
Well, if the NCPD only have one corpse outline, that means there were not other bodies to outline.
I mean, that like makes sense.
Also, there would just be other evidence.
Which they, you know, their law enforcement buddy did tell her. It was like there were no other bodies, but there was blood. So
yeah, I'm gonna head back to the scene.
Okay.
And
look, we're already there.
yeah, and I'm gonna go to the dumpsters and, well, I already dressed like a hobo. Might as well. I'm gonna dumpster dive. I'm gonna.
Oh, grody.
Okay.
I'm
gonna see how long the garbage has been there. Like if it's like how long it takes to be picked up, right? If it's been picked up since then, because it's been a day, right? I think.
About that, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
they actually take
But
out
these
the
are not
pretty
trash
often.
cans. These are like dumpsters, like big dumpsters.
Dumpsters. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw the lid back on the one that's closed, and I'm just gonna start rooting through it.
Okay.
I already smell it, like it, so I might as well, you know.
All right. In that case, if you're so you're literally getting in there and searching through the crap.
Sure, fuck it, let's do it.
All right, give me a conceal/reveal roll.
Oh, now I'm gonna roll horribly. Okay.
Oh, you roll decent. I mean, the trash on the top is fairly ripe and fresh. As you start getting further down, it becomes more old and unpleasant. But it's just trash. There's no bodies here. There's nothing that you would consider evidence or suspect.
I'm gonna hop out, kind of
With a good,
nastily-
interesting smell.
nastily wipe some of the grime off and kind of
What an
shake it loose
interesting
off
aroma
of me.
you've discovered.
I was wrong.
Okay, remember to like wash your hands or something before you eat anything.
Thank you. It might actually make the kibble taste better. Actually.
Kibble and bits.
That being said, I am going to look kind of at the blood spatters. He said that he couldn't discern which way anyone would have gone because there was no direction, but I want to see if maybe I can pick up like a smear in a direction. So you can pick up a body. I just want to try seeing if they can discern anything.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Space perception.
Okay, so here and here, there's a lot of blood, but there is no trail at all. Like, no blood trail. Here, there's kind of like, oh, sorry. Here, it's more like blood droplets, like in an area, but again, they don't go anywhere. Do you have first aid?
I do.
Or give me a roll on first aid.
Pretty good first aid.
Okay. So here the assumption was that they probably just staunched the wound somehow, you know, to cover it up. With the amount of blood here, though, there's no way if you dragged a body away that there wouldn't have been some kind of trail. Your assessment is probably that somebody... They must have picked the bodies up and either put them in something or on something.
Some kind of vehicle, I guess. Something to move them.
I mean, and this is a parking lot, bear in mind.
So they loaded them in a car.
So it's possible
probably.
that somebody had a vehicle and just threw them in the trunk or something like that. But if they'd have carried the bodies away or dragged the bodies away just as they were, there definitely would be trails of blood somewhere.
Okay. The hunch that they have access to vehicles is probably spot on. Might be dealing with some kind of nomad.
Okay. I think even though the apartment and drugs are closer with the restaurant, I agree with Saren. We should probably see the clinic doctor first. Take the metro.
Figure out what we're up against.
Yeah, that's my thinking.
Esther thought it was a good idea.
I mean, especially if they tampered with that camera. That means they have a little bit more sophistication, right? Than your standard scav or booster game.
And they have some kind of resources.
So that's probably the safer bet.
Mm.
Well, like, let's bounce then.
Okay.
I'm just
All
worried if
right.
it's
So is that what the
pushers.
game plan is? You guys are gonna
Head to the clinic.
head
Yeah.
to the clinic.
Which is
Okay.
an ominous kind of sound. I mean, I guess it's not as ominous if you know it's an actual clinic.
If it was an actual clinic.
I mean, like, I wouldn't go to a club if it was called the clinic.
Right.
I don't know that I would
again-
go to an underground clinic called the clinic, though.
Well, I mean, there's a club here called Numbers, and it's a vampire club, so
Sweet.
Nice.
I can hook you
when
guys
we
up because I know the
get
king of
there-
vampires here in Houston. I just thought you should. I'm not even making that shit up either.
Oh,
We
I
used to have
believe it. I mean, they're
we used
all
to have
over
a
New
couple
Orleans.
places. We used to have a couple places called Rumors and Diversions, and they were like brother and sister gay bars.
That's neat.
I've been to Numbers a few times, but yeah, it's typically a goth bar, and the Houston Vampire Court hangs out there a lot.
Oh, there you go.
As we're heading there, I'm going to look to Saren and say, if there's a way you could find information, this guy might not be forthcoming. Maybe he would have a log or something somewhere.
I can
Electronic.
look.
Maybe we just have to ask him really nice.
We could start with that, sure. Okay,
Maybe
I
we
think,
just need a lot of eddies.
I mean, that too. Money works pretty good.
Does anybody have a lot of eddies?
I don't. What broke me?
My Patreon just went up.
Saren's gonna like take the cue, and when we get there, firstly, not walk immediately in because people.
Sure.
But look for. I want to do a scan to see if I can tap into the building from outside or where inside I can.
Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, once you get there, it's kind of like a low-rise block, as it were. Kind of like in the same block, you pass like this place called the Black Shirt Shop, which is like some kind of high-end haberdashery. This seems to specialize from the window, all kind of like pinstripe suits and black suits and ties and hats and stuff like that. Very high-end kind of business attire, which looks a little out of place considering you're nowhere near, you know, a corporate area or an executive area. But once you get to the clinic, you walk in. There's a waiting room. There is like almost like a bank teller type window with bulletproof glass over it and a small little slot window where things could be passed backwards and forwards, and little tiny pinprick holes to kind of like speak through. Once you get there, there is someone wearing not scrubs as such, but more like if you imagine somebody taking a white coat but cutting it off to make it just a shirt and then white pants underneath it, it looks more like that. You walk in and she kind of looks at all of you and then says, "Okay, so who's got a problem? Or are you here for somebody else?"
I'm gonna turn it and look at Crow.
Who looks like shit wearing hobo bag lady clothing, I'm gonna look back at you and say, "You said you wanted to talk."
Well, I mean, I don't really know what you want me to ask.
It's been a long night. Seriously.
So, like, have you seen anybody come in that's been wounded, like, really bad, and like,
Okay, she kind of looks
what
at
the fuck
you,
am I asking
and she
this
like
person?
twists her head, and she says, "This is like an emergency clinic."
Exactly. That's why I'm like, what am I supposed to be asking this person?
Not yes, but how many should be the question. Like,
How about it happened yesterday? It was a gunshot wounds, possibly in the upper part of the body. Not fatal.
we probably
but needing
treated
medical.
30, 40, or 50 gunshot wounds yesterday.
Is there any way to see a list?
No. Did you think this stuff's public record?
I'm gonna kind of point at her and be like, that was kind of a dumb question, Crow. Like, that was worse than mine.
She's like just looking at you like with a scrunched up like what the fuck type mentality. She says, we treat stuff here, but we don't broadcast who comes in here, honey. We don't tell people who was on the slab or who was under the knife. We wouldn't be in business very long if we started just spewing that kind of information around. She said, we keep this place locked down like Fort Knox for a reason.
Stood.
She says, now, if you've got something that you need us to do to get a doctor to take a look at, if one of you is injured or hurt, and she kind of slides a form underneath, and she goes, fill that out. If not, honestly, and she kind of like looks behind you and like points at all these like benches that are just loaded down with street people and people either coughing or hacking or clutching their arm or their wrist or their leg or whatever. And she goes, otherwise, pick a number.
I'm gonna take the form.
Okay. It's just a typical,
Can I
medical
scan
form
the
that you've
outside?
got. Yep, go ahead and give me a roll. Scanner
Sorry.
roll.
I didn't want to interrupt, but
Oh, you're cool.
I interrupt all the time. You're fine.
it's interface, right?
It is.
Okay.
The I in Satchmo stands for interrupting.
And you'll be doing scanner. Yeah, I mean, there are places that you can jack in here. You're pretty sure it will not be easy to get into a medical institution, especially one that protects its records and stuff like that. So you could expect quite a challenge trying to get in there.
What about the street? Are there any like cameras on the street?
Yeah, probably.
Can I try to get into one of those?
You can if that's what you want to do.
That's
Do
what I
it,
wanna
Nat. Do it.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. Alrighty. Yep. So let me pull up. Hold on.
It's cyber chase time, baby.
Where are we at here? Hold on. I'm on. Oh, that's why, because I'm on the wrong submenu.
Yeah, she 100% would not have walked inside of the hospital if she could help it.
Right?
Way too many people in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's full of people.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mallory would have gone in if you were staying out.
Okay, well, you can still be
Probably.
outside. That's fine.
Yeah, probably would have just like basically kept guard because meat space.
Oh, there we go. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, get over here. There is, as I said, there is a place. Let me just fix something here.
Cool.
Let me modify.
Yeah, I figure the medical documents are going to be harder to get. But I might be able to get, like, video of them in a time frame.
Alrighty. Okay. Yep, so you do an FA scan, you find a place, you jack in, and if you wish, you can kind of move up to see the first... Oh, well, you want to do a scan to see how many levels or layers there are to this thing first.
That's my interface.
Yup.
So many interface roles.
It's all about the interface.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
there are only 2 nodes to this thing.
All right.
Alright, meanwhile, back inside, what do you guys want to do? So, Nimbus Kitty, you're looking at the form. Basically, it gets all of your information and then a description of what you need, what your injury is, what your problem is, and all that kind of stuff.
Moki.
And that sort of thing. So, if you wish to fill it out, you can.
I don't have any reason to. I just didn't want to be rude. I mean, she was giving me a form.
Right, that's right. So, you just took it.
Just
So
use it to
seeing you
ask
just
for drugs.
seeing you just look at it, I'm gonna settle up beside you and be like, "Are you actually gonna fill that out?"
No. Look at me. There's nothing wrong with me.
So you just took a form and then you're gonna walk out with it?
I mean, she gave it to me.
It should be rude not to.
We can give it back.
Why?
What are you gonna do with that form?
I mean, like, I don't know. But, like, you can't just, like, reject people when they give you things.
Yes, you can. It's very easy, in fact. You just say no, thank you, and
Okay.
But why? People like giving me things.
are you really a pacifist?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to come across, Nat, is, of course, it is password protected at the street level. So you are going to need to do a backdoor roll.
Okay.
You failed to hack this password this turn round.
Okay.
You get a +2, remember? Right? Don't you? Oh,
Why do
you
I get
didn't
a +2?
activate- You
Something
have
on her
those
deck?
Oh,
cards.
that's right.
But if you didn't activate it, then
Nope, I didn't.
Okay.
I'll activate it next time.
Okay. Yep. Nothing says you can't activate that and try it again.
Okay,
all about
I'll
time.
Activate that. I'll roll
Alrighty.
again.
Okay.
Then I get a +2.
You have 3 turns, so try to hack it. There we go. Alright, yeah, with your little program enabled, you're very easily able to hack through the password and
Cool.
move forward.
I don't think I can move this turn.
No, it'll be the start of the next turn that you'll be
Yep.
up there. Moving
probably
doesn't
do
take
armor
anything,
next
so you can kind of be there, you just won't get it revealed yet. Okay.
Yep. I'll do armor next turn first thing.
Are you guys, I mean, so inside, is anybody actively doing anything anymore, or are you just kind of like, this is going nowhere?
after I ask if she's really a pacifist, I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave and.
I'm like,
join.
well, what? Do you think I should use it? Like, I mean, my skin is a little dry.
Over my shoulder, you're just gonna hear me say, "You look fine. You weren't wrong."
Well, I mean, I know, but that wasn't what I said. I'm just gonna follow behind you.
Yeah, I'm already gone.
Alright. Well, in that case, then, the next thing you're going to come across is just a control node. I mean, this is just a random street cam. It's not anything to any high security leveled building or anything like that. It's not hard to get into these sort of things and take a look.
Cool.
So you will now need to take a control roll.
I can do that.
12. Yep. Not a problem. You're able to take control of the camera as before. Pan, tilt, zoom, whatever. However, if you want to find out any data from it, or if there's anything that's accessible, you need to make an ID roll.
An ID roll? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, IYEDEE, ID. Look at you go! Holy crap! Okay, so yeah, you're able to pull up past data and look at it. You can scroll back till tomorrow, and yeah, you will see this is a busy little place. There's probably 400 to 500 people went in and out of this place yesterday.
Okay.
What are you particularly looking for?
I am looking for around the time that we know of the murder, like that time frame. We have like a bit of a window.
So yesterday evening,
yeah, the window. And I'm looking for either one person kind of on their own, weird, like shady like, or 3 people, 2 of them very hurt.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just seeing if they're coming in and out.
Again, an awful lot of people going in and out, being carried in and out, which is not at all surprising. You know, getting gunshot wounds are not uncommon here; they are commonplace. But give me a perception skill roll.
That's awareness.
It is a 12. Okay. You will see a 1 second, let me glitch this real quick. There, let me just glitch this. I need to look at something. All right. So you will see 3 guys come in here. And the thing that kind of makes you a little curious is they all, as they're all kind of working in, they've all got like a shoulder patch on their upper left shoulder. Which looks like what's the best way to describe it? It looks kind of like a Tasmanian devil, I suppose, if you know what one of those is. But it's like your character probably wouldn't know what a Tasmanian devil is, but it's like a little vicious-looking rodent on the shoulder.
It looks
right?
like Fester.
Yeah, maybe. There you go.
Probably looks kind of like
It
Fester.
looks kind of like a Fisher cat.
And 2 of them,
I love
basically
Fisher
2
cats.
of them were kind of helping this one guy in, who was like clutching his shoulder as he walked in. If you kind of like use the timestamps and look at it, they took him in. They came out together after about 30 minutes. He came out by himself after about 2 hours. But all of them, so if you were facing the door of the clinic, all of them went right when they came out of the clinic. They came in the clinic from the left, but they left and went right.
Okay. Can I download this information and keep it somewhere to show people, or no?
You can.
I don't know how that part works.
Nope, you absolutely can download it.
Cool. I'm gonna.
You've ID'd it, so you can download that info.
Cool. I would like to do that. And then I watched all 3 of them leave.
You did, but at separate times.
Yes.
The 2 went in together with him. They came out after, as I said, like 30, 45 minutes and went right, and then he came out a couple hours after that.
Did they also look hurt? Or was it just him?
They
that
did
looked
not
hurt?
look hurt, no.
And they walked in, right? There was no vehicle?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna take that info and I would like to erase my trace just in case people come looking for me.
Okay, go ahead and give me a cloak roll.
Okay. And I'm using my eraser.
Eraser.
I like having an eraser.
Okay, a 12.
Then I'm leaving. I'm gonna jack
All
out.
right, jack out. Okay. So yeah, you've got some info.
Yeah. I
All
found
right.
3 guys who went inside.
Okay.
Just 3?
I think only one of them was hurt though. But they had Fester's picture on their arm.
Interesting.
I can show you guys later.
Can you send it to my agent now, please?
Can I do that?
Can you draw?
You absolutely can. Yeah.
I'm totally gonna do that then.
You can download it to your agent and then
I'll send it
disseminate it over to other people. Yeah,
Yep.
agents can store a ton of video.
Cool.
They've got a very large storage capacity.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that logo and.
I'm gonna move to look over your shoulder and then remember how bad you smell, and then I'm gonna move back away.
I'll pull it up as well, and then
I can send it to all of you.
So just so you know, my agent is internal. I don't have a physical phone. It's in my brain, basically.
Yeah, mine's physical, so I would.
Oh, well, even more reason not to try to look over your shoulder.
Get close to my head.
Yeah, he just probably pulls out a little cord and plugs it in. Either that or you just, Wi-Fi it to him.
Fester thinks that this might be the people we're looking for. They left separately though. They all went this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the logo.
Okay.
Like,
Yep. Looks like, as I said, looks like a little rabid psycho rodent.
Fester is also a rabid raccoon that I painted, so...
Yeah, think Looney Tunes Tasmanian Devil. You're not far off.
it's like that.
I'm gonna look at it. Oh, how cute!
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Try to figure out what it is, like from the gang, but the gang imagery logos.
So
Is it
these
Wild
people
Things?
have a mascot?
Well, most gangs have a logo, right?
Can we
A
Yeah,
lot of
figure out if
gangs
it's
have
Wild
colors
Things?
or imagery or slogans or something that kind of helps
An
identify,
identity,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about like gangs having a guy walk around in a costume and he's like their mascot.
Do you guys think it's the Wild Things? Because it's a wild creature
Thing.
like Fester?
That would make sense.
But
That's
they're a
part of
breakoff.
who we're
They're
looking to?
specific wild things. Whatever these are.
Or maybe they're wild things who are angry that somebody broke off away from them.
So, can I use my Streetwise to try to discern what it is, or like the specific logo? I mean, you said wild things that make sense, connections, but you said it was a tearaway gang.
Tear away. Yeah, you could make a streetwise roll.
Okay.
It's not. It's definitely not a gang or a logo or anything you've seen before or know about.
Okay. Well, at least we know an identifying mark we could look for when we go to try to find the apartment. Good job, Saren. That's very helpful.
Fester did really well.
You did very well.
Fester's the one who did it though. He says you're welcome.
Just gonna give a thumbs up and kind of look at Mallory like, oh,
Yeah.
All right, let's head to the restaurant area.
I'm just gonna. You're so freaking adorable, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys all want to head to Bepo's Pretoria?
Yeah.
Is that the next game
While we're
plan?
going, I'm gonna, if we walk the same direction that they left, I'm gonna try to like just keep an eye out for any markings, maybe in paint somewhere of that creature.
Okay.
If it's like tagged anywhere or anything like that.
Give me a straight up perception roll. Yeah, you have a kind of you keep your eyes peeled and look around and generally scan the surroundings as you kind of head back towards the transportation, but you're not seeing something like that. That's not there.
Okay.
It's not. There's nothing here clearly on display. No graffiti. No sign of that. Chances are they were here for the clinic, and that was it. They probably aren't from this section of Little Europe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but just in case.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Then 45 minutes to an hour back in the other direction. And obviously Nibba's Kitty can show you guys where Beepos is, because she's been there before. So when you get there, it's got a very quaint little kind of almost rustic kind of look to it, but all in neon. So if you can imagine somebody painting something that would look like a rustic Italian vineyard, and then they basically gauded it up with red and blue and green neon. That's kind of what it looks like.
Darren loves it.
As you approach it, there's a good volume coming out of there. It is packed. You kind of
it's so awesome. If you
kind of
guys
walk
can,
up, you can see, literally as you walk through the door, tables and tables and tables full of people, all of which look either like execs, mobsters. Nobody's dressed shabby. There is no bag lady chic look in here. This is one of the higher class places here in Little Europe for sure.
Yeah, nope, not going in.
I'm not going in.
So like, Pro, if you're going to be seen with me in this place, we're going to have to get you new clothes and a shower.
Okay.
But I can recommend what is it kids would say? I can recommend the garlic breadsticks. They're straight bussin', no cap.
Bust!
Okay, first off,
Darren's gonna try to hide, by the way. Like, trying to, get into shadows.
I mean, real food, in general, is expensive. Real food cooked to order is,
So
whatever.
Kitten, just so you know, I do have other clothes. This is just what I wear when I'm on the street doing my investigations.
I didn't want to make assumptions.
Also, I have no intention of going in there because we're looking for an apartment nearby, right? Maybe an alleyway nearby.
Oh, right. I forgot.
And now
I look a little
people
disappointed.
with those patches, that logo.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to check for breadsticks in the dumpster, I'm sure we could probably beat up whoever else is there.
So, I imagine there's a lot of apartment buildings in the immediate vicinity, right?
Plenty.
All across the street. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, far too many to just kind of go, oh, that's probably it.
Right, of course. I'm going to look across the street for an alleyway that I could walk down.
Pick one of 20.
Shit.
Just roll
this is a very kind of tight urban urban area with kind of lots of tight little alleyways running narrowly between buildings and stuff like that. The main street here is kind of well done up, well lit, but you're only a block away from almost slum type areas. So it's kind of like the diamond in the rough. It's almost like, here's the strip in Vegas, and if you go a couple of streets off of that, bad things could happen.
Right, but the guy on the street said it was a block, across the street.
No, he didn't specifically say that. He
just said it was near.
He said it was near Beepos.
Oh, okay.
So define near.
Yeah.
About 1 or 2.
I'm going to take the alleyway directly across the street because apparently I heard wrong. So,
I'm going to look for the picture of the cute little mascot.
Okay.
I mean, they might be down this alleyway.
I'm gonna follow the bum.
Okay,
and
and it might be over here.
What was that you said, Satch?
Oh, I'm just gonna follow the bum and make sure he doesn't get mugged.
Okay. All right. So you just want to randomly wander down one of 20 alleys and just look?
Well, just the alley, like, across the street, like, directly across the street from it.
The closest, so across the main street, the closest street, the closest alleyway. Okay.
Yeah. Just to see who I see, what's going on down those alleyways.
No sooner as you start wandering down the alley, you can start seeing refuse piled up against the walls. You can see stuff that's just been dumped, vagrants. Clearly, this is not a nice little zoned area. And once you kind of get to the back of that, there's little back streets and rundown buildings all behind there. All manner of people you can see standing in and around outside the buildings, up there on balconies, peering out of windows, vomiting over, over the stairs. It's, again, not a nice place.
Yeah, I'm not going to go any further. I'm just going to look at the people, see if I see any of those patches.
Okay. Give me a perception roll. Okay. No. Nobody openly wearing their gang colors here on the street like that.
Okay. I'm just going to look to Mallory and shrug. Then look back to where the other two are.
Oh, Saren disappeared. Like, she's trying to hide.
Okay, then I'm going to look for Nimbus Kitten.
Okay, and where was Nimbus Kitten going? What was she doing?
I was wandering, like, past some of the alleys, just looking for that...
Kind of glancing down?
Yeah, trying to see if I could see that tagged anywhere.
Okay, again, give me a perception roll. Okay, no. There's just nothing on the street to give you any indication that anything is a gang headquarters or where anybody particular lives. They could be in one of 20 or 30 buildings here.
They might not even be in meat space.
So, like, Crow, weren't we supposed to be... This was supposed to be for the drug dealer, right?
Yeah, what if we just ask around for shotgun, see where it takes us?
To the morgue.
So, like, idea. If we're looking for the drug dealer, he may not necessarily have anything to do with the cute little rodent gang. You're muted. I don't know why I said it in her voice.
I'm not muted. I wasn't muted. I was just thinking.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Like I didn't take lip reading.
I mean, why would they kill him? He had one of those shells. He was retired. He was broke. He had moved in with his girlfriend Callie.
He moves in with his girlfriend to avoid paying rent because he's broke. He keeps buying these drugs with no money. He owes them, he owes them, he owes them. They kill him.
Well, like, his girlfriend didn't, like, say he was a druggie or anything.
Yeah, you don't generally tell someone, like, hey, we're really starting out fresh here. It's been a whole 2 months, and I can't wait to be a drug addict.
Well, no, but I mean, like,
She did allude to the fact that the last couple of weeks he'd been kind of weird and sketchy and moody. She did say that.
I feel like sketchy and moody doesn't describe a drug addict, though. Like, I mean, it can, but addict.
What if the solo life returned to him and he encountered this new drug and this new gang and wanted to expose them or deal with them, and they caught up with him?
That's all very sweet of you to think so, but I'm pretty sure he just He had a used shell.
He had a used shell, and there was residue on the shelf in his bathroom.
Yeah. Now the difference is the residue on the bathroom was kind of dried and hard, whereas the residue in the shotgun is still moist. In the shotgun shell, it's still moist.
Like, we don't even know if it was his. The stuff in the apartment could have been his girlfriend.
I always
that
store
kid's a
other
drug
people's
addict.
illicit. I always store other people's illicit drugs in my apartment.
It could have been the girlfriend.
Or other people. Could have. But she's also our boss right now, so.
Yeah, but no, that's true though, because we found that ammo container, the gun and the ammo crate. If it was something he discovered, he would want to hide it, right? This was just on the shelf, resting, kind of out in the open.
Yeah.
Which would suggest he was using it.
Yep.
So yes, he owed this guy's money, but he didn't have any.
Because he was moving in with his girlfriend, which...
Wait a second. When we found out it was drugs, did we even ask her about it?
Do you want to call her?
I mean, where did she go?
Home, probably. I think she has a job.
Yeah, I mean, she wouldn't have followed you all over the city. She hired you to do a job, so... presumably, Cro-Magnus has a way to contact her via his agent.
Okay, I think that there's a disconnect right now. What we went into was his old apartment, not the apartment they shared together.
Correct.
Right.
That was where I was. That's why I was saying it could have been hers, because I was thinking that was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how did she go home if they weren't? Never mind. Sorry, disregard that whole train of thought.
No, but that does beg the question: is why would he return to where he no longer lived? He was murdered outside of his old residence, which had been like a week or so, right? I mean, he had moved into with Callie a while ago.
Probably looking to pick up a score, yeah. If he had old contacts in this area, that's probably where he'd feel most comfortable picking up his fix.
Okay, well, so when Crow overheard them talking about the dealer being near B-Post, we weren't that far from B-Post.
Correct. B-Post.
What if that was the apartment building?
Seems unlikely.
So where you were, you wouldn't describe it as
near.
Close to B-Post. It was still a good half a mile.
Which, outside of a city, doesn't seem that long. But in a city, there's a lot of twists and turns. And it's a lot longer, yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat, realizing some people live really, really far away from cities and might not know.
So what if he went here to the place where they sold the drugs to buy a fix and then didn't have the money? That doesn't make sense. He would have the money.
Or maybe they recognized him or something as an outstanding balance, or it just went south. Maybe he wasn't able to buy it and was planning on robbing them. That's why all three of them were shot, because he's kind of a badass.
It sounds to me...
What if he was the dealer?
He'd have to find out where he put his... He only had the one shell mark in his mirror, and I feel like there would have been more evidence in his old apartment.
I mean, if that wasn't where he kept it, I wouldn't keep it at my house.
Well, where would you keep it then?
Apparently near B-Post.
I mean, it sounds to me like if he was being chased from around here, the closest place would be his old residence. It would be a place to retreat from that he was familiar with, right?
Right.
But then they caught up with him.
Could have reached out and told them to meet him there.
I don't think we have enough information.
Yeah, we're not gonna solve it, but the hypotheticals help. The open end is we have reason to believe he has involvement with this gang. This gang has resources enough to have vehicles and
a deckhead
people. Yeah.
Like our Saren over here.
So it's reasonable to think we're up against something a little bit bigger. Finding a specific individual responsible might be harder than just finding where they would hang out.
Okay, so this drug, do any of us know anything about this drug?
You do not.
I think it's new.
I mean, it makes you feel tough and strong, and it doesn't have. Well, the guy said it didn't. He didn't suffer any DTs, right? So.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, he just said it made you feel mellow afterwards.
So that sounds more designed than it's. So it's not like, what is it? Blue glass? Is that one of the cheap ones? I think.
Yeah, it's definitely not a street drug you've ever heard of.
So if it's something more potent and stronger, the people behind it would be have more resources, which would make sense for the Netrunner.
Which, as a guy who couldn't afford his own apartment, might not be. He might not be the dealer then. I think it's safer to assume he's the user.
Okay, because I am apparently a one-trick pony. I will get on the line to my followers and ask them if they can tell me anything about this new drug. But while I do it, I'm also going to remind them, make sure that your username has nothing to do with your real name, because if somebody gets a hold of it, it could be bad for you.
Okay.
Use a VPN. No.
Yeah, you can make a...
And don't use your first name, middle name as your screen name.
If somebody ever asks you what the name of your first pet or the street you grew up on...
I shouldn't name my username Kragus.
Yeah, probably not. Damn.
No.
11. Okay.
Pro Kragus Magnus.
All right, you put the feelers out and ask if any of your people...
Pro Kragus Magnus? I hate that.
I mean, people probably won't be very forthcoming with this information. I just want to know about it. So, like, if they know about it, they don't have to, I know a friend that told me that he knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break because I have got to use a restaurant. So, we will do that real fast, and then we'll come back to it. So you're kind of outside of Bepo's Trattoria. You know that allegedly somewhere close by here is where somebody got hooked up with some of this shotgun shell. And that's about all you really know right now, I think, for sure. Other than a bunch of hypotheticals as to why he got shot and who shot him.
I mean, I feel like the only way to find it is to go looking for it, and I really don't think that anybody's going to expect somebody that looks like me to do that. Crow, though.
How exactly do you want me to do that?
I don't know. I mean, people might believe that you were... into that kind of thing. Not that I advocate...
You look like a drug addict, is what she just said.
Not that I advocate judging people by their looks. That's not cool.
So, I did that earlier tonight, and a gun was pulled on me.
Yeah, but you gotta go to a place where, like, people are like you. I mean, not like you. That I misspoke. You have to go to a place where there's people that are, how do I say this?
I get what you're saying. I'm smart enough
right?
to understand what you're putting down.
Yeah, Beta, but I don't like to do that to other people.
She chooses that life.
Have you heard anything from your fans? Feedback?
Not yet.
Not about that drug. No.
Like give them a minute. Sometimes people don't check their stuff right away, and that's okay.
So you could probably fit in at that restaurant, right? The Bepos?
I mean, sure, but I don't really have the money on me right now. I haven't gotten my payout this month.
I mean, how does? Yeah. I mean, how much money do you guys have? Does anybody have any money, or did you all piss it away?
I have.
Are you all
I'm sitting on 180.
Okay.
I have 980.
Yeah.
Damn.
So as soon as you know about this place, so I mean, a fresh meatball sub here is going to run you about 30 eddies, and the skitty and the marinara is going to run you about 50.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Well, considering what kibble costs,
and like rent is about 300.
It's you know.
That's Paladin. Exposure, right? That's like what everybody wants. Like,
because if we suspect the culprits frequent this place, or maybe are of it,
I just think they're nearby. They might have a front through it, but this might just be a meeting place. Because
I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna look at all the options to the side alleys and back alleys.
I mean, like, you know how to use a gun or whatever.
No, I do. I just I tend to follow leads, and usually I try to avoid unnecessarily walking down back streets.
Well, see, the problem here is we're low on leads.
Yeah. I mean, you don't typically find stuff out by just randomly wandering around Night City. You know that. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it is certainly not the sort of thing that you would typically do in any of your investigating journalism.
See, like, I tried to get you a lead, but I rolled poorly.
Like, there's a gang of carjackers operating Night City. Okay, I just start walking and hoping I see a carjacking. That's not what you would do, right?
I just start driving. There you go.
So the last thing I want to do also is be like a one-note horse, but I am going to activate my cyber audio radio scanner.
Okay.
I like how this is like the second time you've done it, and you're like, I hate to.
Oh, it's the second episode.
I know, but you're like, this is the second time you've done it, and you're like, I don't want to do it too much. I've done it like 3 or 4 times in one episode.
I'm gonna scan scrambled and descrambled radio within a mile to see if I pick up anything, and then hone in on it.
Okay.
And if it's scrambled, I want to descramble it so I can listen it. Yeah.
Well, hang on. So so you have. So which one do you have? You just have a radio scanner, or did you get the?
So I have both. I have a radio scanner and a scrambler descrambler. I have.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. So I have this as well.
And you have you've got a cyber audio suite.
Yeah. That's all my cyberwares: a cyber audio suite, a radio scanner, and a scrambler descrambler with an agent.
Okay,
agent.
gotcha.
Those are my 3 things I bought, basically.
All right, all good. Okay, in that case, give me an electronic security tech roll. Well, hang on. No, give me a cyber tech roll.
Oh, we're gonna have to have a miracle here.
You know,
yeah, it's
7. Okay. Let's see here. 1 mile range. Okay. Most of the chatter you're picking up is basically inside the restaurant. People like the people on the floor barking orders back to expediters who are barking orders back to the kitchen staff because they're all doing it. No one's running backwards and forwards. It's all being done via radio waves. That's mostly the chatter that you're getting here.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look. After I do that, I'm just gonna look up and say, I'm getting a lot of worker bees inside that restaurant. Nothing really useful. Just
it's because their garlic sticks are the bomb. I should go get us some.
Maybe go in and
wait. We could,
yes.
Yeah, we could. I guess we'll go in, sit down, see what we see, and then get the breadsticks. Come back. I don't know. Is that allowed here?
If you give them money, they'll let you do whatever you want, as long as you don't like attack anybody.
How about Saren and I try to find the rear of the restaurant? Just post up.
Saren is tucked into the shadows around somewhere.
Oh, so I don't even know where you are. But
like she's probably not like hiding, but like as soon as she saw like the group of people going in and out of this place, she tucked somewhere.
I'm gonna kind of raise my voice and say, Saren, you want to join me away from these people in the back of the restaurant, maybe?
These people, like you can't say stuff like that.
These
well, I
people
just did.
You know, Italians.
If she'll peek her head up, you'll see her like come out from like this dark area. Are we leaving?
Well, you and I can go away from the crowds.
Yeah.
See if we see anything in the back of the restaurant while these two go in.
Okay, yeah.
The garlic breadsticks? Yes!
Yeah, Mallory,
come on, Mallory-chan! And I'm gonna grab Mallory's arm and start dragging her into Bepos.
Okay. The maitre d'
Mallory's,
will
like,
inform you that
flush.
it's about an hour wait, but he will put your name down.
That's XX. Nimbus underscore
Big X,
XX.
lowercase x. Okay. But yeah, after an hour, they'll seat you. There's only 2 of you, so they'll seat you at the bar. And
so do you come here a lot then, or you seem familiar with it?
Like I'm saying, the garlic breadsticks.
because they're also the breadsticks are also probably free if you're ordering food. So you like order the cheapest thing on the menu and then unlimited breadsticks.
You're saying if you have money, you get things for free?
The chicken gnocchi? Oh my gosh, that's what we're getting. Waiter?
Okay. So what are you ordering?
We're gonna have... You don't have any allergies or anything, right? Like, you're not, like, you know, no gluten or anything?
Well, I was born with a couple, but we got it fixed.
We're gonna have 2 bowls of the chicken gnocchi and as many garlic breadsticks as you can fit in a basket.
Okay.
Oh, and maybe a little dip of marinara sauce on the side.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they are famed for their marinara sauce, so...
I've never had a tomato before.
Okay, yep. So, because of the class of this restaurant, he does kind of look at you and he says, "That will be 70 euro bucks. You are okay with that?"
Yes, I'm on cloud 9, and I'm going to just kind of like set it on the table already. Like,
okay, Eddie's.
Okay, I was about to say Euro bucks.
That's what they call them, right?
Eddie's is the slang.
I'm sorry. I don't really understand the tone
they're
by
fancy.
which you're addressing me.
Okay. But yeah, they'll. He will put the order in and says, "The food will be right out." And of course, you're at the bar if you want to order anything from the bar itself. But
yeah, we're gonna have us a good time.
Okay. So yeah, you can pay 20 eddies for a couple of good drinks.
Okay.
Whoever wants to rub that all off for their sheets, because every credit has to be accounted for and removed from sheets, because it's meant to make you value your cash.
Is this a do they get paid minimum wage here? Or
are you thinking about whether you need to tip or not?
Yes.
I'll cover food if you want to cover drinks.
Oh, I was going to cover all of it, Malu-chan.
Okay.
So that's 110?
Other than having, no, that would be 90.
Is taking me
90, okay.
Yeah. Because 20 is for 2 drinks. So, other than having a delicious meal, which is a real treat, and a couple of fine drinks, what is the other purpose of being inside here? What do you want to do?
We gotta figure out if there's anyone who can hook us up with.
Yeah, I don't really assume anybody's gonna be wearing that patch, but we're gonna look for that.
I'm just keeping an eye out for anything suspicious that way, I suppose.
I mean, I guess there are mobsters and stuff around here, so anyone that looks...
Yeah, I mean, there's mobsters, well-dressed gangsters and stuff like that. This is not like a gang or dive bar by any means, but clearly the majority of the clientele here are of the iffy variety.
This is a weird question. Anybody I recognize?
Probably not. If you do, you probably recognize them because they was in a local, Scream Sheet article or something like that. I
mean, I don't rub elbows with the Yakuza or what the fuck ever.
Probably not.
I can just.
Ironically, the person who is most likely to have knowledge of someone in here would probably be your media, who isn't in here.
Oh yeah, the guy who didn't come in.
Because medias tend to have sources, and they tend to try to get close to certain types of people one way or another, either directly or indirectly.
I've been playing too much Selenium Files or whatever it's called. Is anybody familiar with that game? Chat? I think it's called Selenium or something like that. It was on, I don't know if it still is, but it was on Game Pass if you have an Xbox and have Game Pass. But there is a character on there named that everybody calls Aset, and she's an influencer. She's an e-girl, and it's like a big mystery, and you're trying to solve. And at one point, you do go meet a Yakuza boss, who the only reason he gives you information and helps you is because you bring Aset with you, and he's an Aset fan.
Oh, there you go. So, hey, it all works. Oh, so what do you want to? How do you want to work this angle?
Hey, Nim. Can I call you Nim? Is that okay? It's weird. I don't know.
Secret of Nim.
So you can call me whatever you want.
Okay, that's great. Because some people call you Nimby on the forums, and I always tell them that's kind of like a weird name. I don't know. It sounds too much like a narc. I don't know. Anyways, bartenders tend bars. Lots of people come to bars. Maybe that would be a good angle. I mean, if it's around here and this is the person who knows everybody in town, then
you want to hit up the barkeep?
I mean, I'm not as influential as you by any means. It's just a thought.
Okay, we can do that. We can when the barkeep comes over for our drink order. Since we're at the bar.
So you know, ironically, I mean, you could start out with a conversation roll to kind of get him engaged, and then either move to persuasion, bribery, or interrogate. Depends on which way you want to go.
Oh, persuasion 100%. That's my best of those.
And successful conversation prior to that helps avoid kind of what happened to Cro-Magnus.
Okay. I put performance. That wasn't what I was aiming for. Hold on. Conversation. Social.
There are social skills, yeah. Ooh. Well, it's a good job you rolled well on the first roll, because you get a -3, but that still gives you a 12. Okay. Yeah, so you strike up. What sort of avenue of small talk do you want to light into with this barkeep? To give you an idea what he looks like, he's about 5'8", very well built. He's wearing like a white shirt that clearly is screaming, "I don't fit you," at the top of its.
Shops at Baby Gap. Got it.
his arms are kind of like Jim Bro arms, and you can see his pecs through the shirt, and it's kind of like every time he like moves his arms, the shirt stretches at where the buttons hang. He's wearing very tight fitting black pants, and he has like slick greased back hair that kind of runs all the way back, and he's got some kind of 5 o'clock shadow kind of look on his face, like not a beard, but he clearly either his stubble grows very, very quick, or he doesn't bother to shave every day. He's kind of an intimidating kind of looking guy, really, but he's got a big kind of happy looking smile on his face.
Okay. Does he have earrings? I know that sounds like
he does have a single silver hoop earring.
Is it in his right or his left ear?
Does he look kind of like Justin Timberlake, or kind of like Nick?
Or Lance Bass?
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't strike you as someone that's looking to go into space anytime soon. No.
Okay.
Especially the way he kind of like leans and watches the waitresses walk by, as he like stares and raises an eyebrow at whatever.
Loud heterosexual.
The waitresses, are they like
immaculately dressed? They're all very prim and proper, all wearing matching outfits. I mean, this is a classy place. This is like if you was to go to a downtown Italian bistro, this is what that is, really.
I wasn't really talking about what they were wearing, but okay.
Well, were you objectifying these poor women?
I mean, I was a little bit, but only because he was doing it first, and I wanted to see what his tastes were.
We're two girls on a date. We are no better than men.
Is he wearing a wedding ring?
He is not. But give me. You asked that question specifically. So give me a perception skill roll, but
give me a perception roll.
Sorry?
Oh, is it okay? Just seeing something. Okay.
Yeah, just observing something.
Okay.
Okay. While he is not wearing a wedding ring, there is an indentation and like a little white band. So it looks like he does wear a wedding ring, but he isn't wearing it tonight.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
You get better tips when you are a bartender who doesn't wear a wedding ring.
True.
Good save.
Yeah, you try to look accessible.
Okay, so seeing all of these things, I'm going to start talking to Mallory about that bastard who broke my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. This is not my strong suit.
He was just such a sleaze. He never even took care of himself, like no self-care. Okay, so like he didn't go. He never wanted to. He expected me to work out and keep myself fit, and he never even got a gym membership. Because that's something people totally do here in this world.
Hey, probably. There are gyms.
Planet Fitness is like $10.
And girl, you've been toning. You've been toning, and all he does is lag behind.
Right.
This is the first time that I've had carbs in like a year.
Oh.
Used to moving on, right? Oh, where are the drinks?
I mean, he's,
here?
he's listening to the conversation, and he's serving because he's pretty busy. But at the same time, you can see that he is clearly listening in to what you're talking about.
And sooner rather than later, right? I just need to find me like just a good man who keeps it tight.
And you know what else? Fresh out of a relationship, life is going where? Who knows? Try something new.
Right?
Let's go. Let's get a little crazy.
Okay. As soon as he gets a break, he will kind of slide over and say, as he looks at your glasses, and politely kind of like picks them up and holds them up to the light, like very obviously, and says, "These are looking a little too empty. Perhaps Eduardo will fill them for you on the house. I could not help but hear that you were having an unfortunate time with the opposite sex. What a silly man." And then he kind of like goes and refills your drinks and gives them back to you.
I'm gonna brightly blush.
Ooh.
See, this is what I mean, Mallory. A man who knows how to treat a lady. And keeps it tight in the scruff.
You don't say.
Okay. Yeah, you've kind of got him engaged at this point. He's listening to you. He's talking to you between serving people and being very flirtatious.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue talking about like moving on and making it a crazy night.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna be like, I've always kept it on the level. I've never done anything illicit or whatever, but I am really thinking about getting a little crazy tonight. What have you heard about, what is that thing that they keep talking about? That with the shells?
I don't know. I saw that guy going like crazy. He was having a good time. What was it?
Yeah, they said you don't even get...
Shotgun.
Yeah, they said you don't even get the DTs from it.
Okay.
Do you even know what that means?
I don't. At this point, Nimbus is just repeating the shit that Crow told them earlier.
Yeah, I don't know where we'd get a hookup for that, though.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to get real crazy, but I'm just curious.
Well, he'll kind of like slide in and just say as he kind of leans forward, probably refilling your drinks for the third time. He says, "I do not know what this shot thing that you speak of, but when we get off, if you're interested, I can facilitate you with some blue glass."
This isn't what we want.
Useless men.
That, but I'm thinking...
Useless men showing up.
Mansplaining my drugs to me. Well, I mean, that sounds nice. And I'm going to lean over closer and sort of like lightly caress his hand.
Okay.
But
he says, "If that is not to your liking, I can maybe get some boost or some synth coke. We have a good number of contacts here at Pipos, if you know what I mean." But again, while he's mentioning numerous drugs, he doesn't seem to go anywhere near thinking or seeming to know anything about this shotgun. Or if he does, he's not putting it on the table.
I mean, it's your call. It's your night. I'm just here to make sure it goes all right.
I mean, I heard such good things about this one. And if I was gonna, partake in anything, I didn't want it to be something so mundane.
Okay, now give me a persuasion roll.
Well played. Ooh, nice.
Oh, good. He says, "Look, I have heard of this shotgun shell drug, but from what I understand, it is very new and very dangerous. I would not go near that if I was you."
Oh, so you have heard of it. Wonder
What's
if the
so
rumors
bad
I've been
about it?
hearing. Yeah.
He said, "Besides, I do not think it would do what it is that you want it to do. From what I hear, it makes you very, very strong and overly aggressive."
Oh, it's Red Eye from Cowboy Bebop.
He's like, yes, just like that.
He says,
"Oh,
"I much prefer blue glass. I like the way the hallucinations and the vibrant colors make me feel. If you want a true trip, the glass is the way to go."
And tested, yeah. But if we wanted to go back and really beat the shit out of this guy, being really strong sounds kind of fun.
He says, "Yes, but while you feel strong, at the end of the day, all that will really happen is you will lose your judgment and probably end up just getting yourself in serious trouble. No. You would do much better to just chill out on a nice, comfortable couch with some blue glass, about a 4-hour vibrant trip full of all manner of swirling, vibrant colors and powerful bursts.
Now that does sound like a vibe.
It comes and goes and rushes over you like a wave."
Coming, going, rushing. Well, maybe not that part.
He says, "But trust me, this new drug, it is not something that you want to be involved with."
Oh, well, goodness, this does sound dangerous. I don't know that I'd want to be near anyone that was even partaking of that sort of thing.
I personally do not even know anybody that sells this.
Damn it.
I mean, the glass sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I think I'll really consider it, especially when it's in good company. I'm just gonna stare him straight in the eyes and...
He
that
says,
also sounds like a really good time.
"Well, I get off about 2 a.m. If you're interested, meet me up front. We can go to my apartment."
Sounds like it could be a plan, right, Mal?
If you don't mind the extra company.
Oh, the more the merrier.
I prefer it. All right, I'm going
He's got the implant. He's got the implant.
that like we would eat up our food, and I would box up some of these garlic breadsticks because.
Okay.
I have to try to not eat all of them.
Yep. Come out with a to-go thing of 4 or 5 breadsticks.
Yeah, and
is there anything else you want to do in here other than
sauce.
just talk to the barkeep, or?
I mean, that didn't really get us as far as I was hoping.
No, I mean, all it really told you is this is if he has the hookup on numerous street drugs, but he doesn't know how to get his hands on this. Clearly, it's not something that is very easy to acquire. Or
well, I mean, we also, I mean, if he's
We also learned a bit about how the drug works.
Yeah, if he's actually knowledgeable about it, which he sounded like he knew, at least heard some things, then we know what it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's not a total bust.
And he wouldn't lie to us. It's not like he was hiding the fact he was married.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was trying to get in my kitty pants or anything.
Right.
You're gonna think of that later. You're just gonna be,
hey,
you're just gonna be sitting there watching Netflix later.
You wait till later
you're
tonight when you want
pants.
Italian coffee or a cappuccino and see what he can do and what sort of art he can pull off in the foam.
The kitty pants. Just, oh my god.
So you guys are sitting outside. You're just
panties.
basically bored, stupid, waiting out the night.
Oh, I'm eating a kibble pack, looking at the people in the back of the restaurant, swinging my legs off of whatever I'm sitting on.
I'm probably painting the Tasmanian devil on like the dumpster or something.
Okay. Oh, like what you saw?
I would be.
Okay.
I would be keeping my eye on the activity in the rear of the restaurant. Anything untoward or not a busboy or whatever, but
okay.
But I'm not expecting anything. I mean,
all right. Okie dokie. You guys walk out of the restaurant, and did you tell them that you were going to the rear of the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, so they know to kind of go around the back.
Okay, so we pop up and I'm gonna be like, guys, I got the breadsticks. I'm gonna run over and be like, you got to eat this, and I'm just gonna like shove it up to Sharon's face, and I'll be like, I brought one for Fester too. And I'm gonna shove a second one into her hand.
Cram it into the keyboard.
And then I'm over to Crow. Here, Crow, we have some marinara sauce. I'm gonna just like pull it out of my non-existent girl pocket, and here comes the marinara sauce.
I'm gonna throw like the little tenth of a kibble pack left on the ground and just take what she's offering.
Subject line: Nim can probably win any heart. She is incredible.
So what did you find out? You see anything, or
he's probably married. Oh, that's not what you meant. Okay. So the bartender says like the shoddy, hottie, whatever
shotgun
is that stuff. It says that it's really hard to come by. He doesn't know anybody like around here that you can get it from.
You'd have to have ties to find it.
Yeah, like it's not something you can just walk up and find.
And it's the kind of drug you take to get super strong, and then the crash makes you go insane.
Yeah, he said you get really strong and you get really mean.
Okay.
So, like, say you're being chased by someone, you might take a whiff of it to, like, try and kill 3 people.
Yeah, think of it as, like, hulking out. Do you know what Hulk means? So did you see those movies?
They're so old. But yes, the first time you brought them up, I watched all of them. The Lou Ferrigno stuff was crazy.
Exactly. It's just like that.
Right. Nat, give me a luck roll. That's your luck. Whatever your luck is, plus D10. Yeah.
Ooh. That feels really fun. There's my character sheet. Sorry, I had way too many things open. All right.
An even 10. Okay, in that case, then give me a perception skill roll.
Ooh.
Off the back of that. Nice. Okay. You kind of did the well, and also do you have any performance skills at all?
I don't have performance, but I have paint, sculpt, and draw.
Oh, okay. Then give me a roll on that. Oh, bang on. Okay, so you've done a really good, a really good kind of imagery of what you saw on the patch.
Mm-hmm. It's like Picasso during his blue period.
Look, I made the character to where she like designs weird paintings on her tech, so I was like, so I have to take paint.
Yeah, as luck would have it, you've done that. As you're kind of glancing, kind of like glancing out as everyone's stuffing breadsticks in their mouth, and they're all busy eating, and you're over here finishing off and admiring your handiwork. Your peripherals catch a glimpse of this, like a head peering behind the wall, seems to be very interested in what it is that you're doing. And then as soon as he realizes that your eyes were like, you saw him, he like noticeably goes, "Oh shit!" and disappears, like ducks back behind the wall.
Oh. A lead?
Come on, Fester. And she's gonna grab Fester and like just take off.
Okay.
You're gonna see me with like marinara sauce. Like, what's going on? What?
Okay, yeah. So Saren just takes off down the side alley, down behind all the dumpsters, where behind the restaurant and where the open back kitchen door is, and all the steam's coming out. And she just takes off running down that alleyway.
Yeah. As soon as I see that, I'm giving chase.
Yeah, same.
Let's follow.
Like, no, don't go back there.
So
it's dangerous.
Working alone.
Yeah, I'm like following, still eating. Like it's not
so
safe.
Fast.
It's not safe.
It's like
she is so used to working alone, just her and Fester, that she's like sees something and goes.
What's your movement?
Where is
movement?
Body
7.
I think. Oh no, it's
your move is 7.
Yes, my move is 7.
Then you are outpacing this guy. So you see him kind of cut left down another back side alley, and by the time you rear that corner, are you running? Are you just like bolting after him, or like when he takes a corner, are you like going to stop and look before you run around the corner? What's the game plan? Just so I can get an image of how is Saren chasing this guy down.
I don't know that she would stop before the corner, but she wouldn't take the corner as fast because she's a little skittish around people.
Okay. So she's
so she's not trying to like run right into him.
So you're not running to try to tackle this guy, just to kind of keep up with him and... Alright. Okay, yeah. He runs, so as you kind of go in the corner at this point, he's still in the next alley. As you kind of like turn into that alley, so now it's like a single alley, and you're in the alley, he's in the alley. What's everybody else's movement?
I'm also a 7 as well. Yeah.
I still don't know where movement is.
It's up at
one of
the
your
top.
stats.
Very top.
Oh, well, it says move. Okay, mine's only 4.
Okay. Yeah, your little legs are lagging a little bit behind, but not
I'm
too
wearing
much.
heels.
That's what it is.
Well, get your roller skates.
You know?
Okay. So he breaks into what's kind of like, you can imagine like 4 buildings, all with like a little courtyard between them. He breaks into the courtyard, and you see him kind of run straight over to a flight of metal stairs that kind of go up, and you can see like it's a multi-story building and that there's multiple levels of apartments, and he is like... ding 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 ting 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 ting, like running up the stairs.
Is there anybody nearby that I could see, like groups of people?
There's a few people just like loitering around, but not in any like large groups or anybody that's really paying any attention to it, other than just casual onlookers.
She's going to like be dodging that, like trying to veer as far away from groups of people as possible.
Yeah, they're kind of.
But at this point,
so if
she'd
you
probably
can imagine,
try to
like,
stop
as I said,
him.
you got 4 buildings, north, south, east, west, with a little courtyard in the middle.
Yeah.
They're like underneath the balconies of the buildings, like so they're not in the courtyard itself.
I was thinking, like, if they're in the courtyard, she's going to be dodging pretty wide around them, which would slow her down.
They're not. They're not in the courtyard.
But at this point, once they got to the courtyard and she can like see where people are, so she's not surprised by people, she would probably try to catch him enough to grab him, maybe not tackle him.
Okay, so yeah, by the time it'll be like you'll be like going up the bottom flight of stairs as he's going up the next flight, so you're definitely gaining on him. What's everybody else doing? So you all can see this. She's like just chasing this guy down. You run through this open courtyard.
I feel personally responsible for at least Fester, so I'm also charging along,
Okay.
trying to keep up.
I am going as fast as I can in my heels.
Wait for me, guys. He gets to the next. He gets to the next flight, and then he runs along the balcony as you get to the top. At this point, you're probably only 20 feet behind him. When he like opens a door, barrows through it, and like slams the door behind him. You get to the door, and just as you like get to the door, you can hear like bolts and stuff being locked in place.
Nuts.
And
Can I
bolts.
scan for like any sort of tech stuff nearby?
Give me a scanner roll.
Come on. What are you doing, computer? Give me a scan, please.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything to interface with particularly close by here.
Have we caught up?
At this point, you will be catching up. Yeah.
It's just
So now you're all on
door.
this kind of second story outdoor balcony, and there's this, door there, of which he's on the inside of.
He's gonna kick the door, not hard, but like, sort of like just a frustrated, like, dang it, kick the door.
Okay.
Running on a full stomach is like
What? Yeah, Saren. What happened?
You know the picture of the Fester friend that I was painting?
Yeah.
the cute little mascot.
He knows what it is.
Who?
The
Who's
guy
he?
in the door. The guy behind the door.
I
There's
didn't
a
see.
cat.
Okay.
You didn't see him run across the balcony and up the stairs and
There's
in the door and
I saw a lot of shadows. I'm not gonna lie. I was.
There's a guy behind the door. I'm just
And he
gonna
knows-
knock on it.
and he knows about the creature.
I'm gonna knock.
Okay.
Hey, mister? Can we ask you a question and like show you a picture?
All right. You hear like you kind of hear like muffled, as if he's like rooting through drawers or like cupboards or something like that. Like you can hear pots and pans hitting the floor, like he's looking for something or whatever.
Oh, you don't need to give me anything. I want to show you something. I promise it's not like a gun or anything. I'll keep my hands where you can see them.
Nimbus.
Yeah?
He might be getting a gun.
Yeah, I know.
He's
That's
getting
why
a
I'm
gun.
telling him I'm not a threat.
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't
that
stand
point,
in front of the door.
It then kind of goes very quiet.
I'm gonna move out in front of the door.
Yeah, flanking the door, not standing in front of it.
Guys, I don't think he wants to talk to us.
So is he sandwiched between other apartments? Like he's that door that he entered? Are there apartments to the left and right? Or
There
is
are, yes.
Okay, and there's obviously it's just a wall with doors, right? So
There
Is there
are
an
no
address?
windows on any of this, like on this
No
floor. There are
windows.
no windows
Sure.
at all. It's just like
Good.
cinder block walls and.
I'm gonna try shouting to him again.
Okay.
Mister, we just want to ask you about the cute little rat, the little mascot guy.
Yep. No reply whatsoever. Just quiet.
Rude.
He might have some kind of tunnel system in there or something if he's involved with some underground gang that has access to hackers and
There-
cars.
Yeah, and they're on
Oh,
the
I
second.
know.
It's on the second floor as well. Remember that.
Do you like the garlic breadsticks at Beppo's?
Do I? No.
Why didn't you say so?
what
Like, I
what
have
is
some
the
you
door
can-
made of? Is it
Uh,
is it a wood door or?
It's
Pentagram.
kind of that artificial. It's like. It's not solid metal. It's like metal plating.
Sure.
Mm.
Okay.
Kind of crap you see at a school,
Yeah. Yeah.
So sturdy, but
Candygram.
not impregnable.
I have some lockpicks I could probably...
Something tells me it's the
same
thing that worked with the little girl. It's not going to work with this guy.
I have lockpicks too. I could probably pull those out if you reminded me.
Yeah, I would probably start working on the lock if nobody else is doing anything.
Like, be careful. He could have, like, a gun or something.
I always do this test first, and then I just put the lockpick in the door and, like, jimmy it like it sounds like I'm picking the lock, but I'm, like, hiding behind the wall.
All right, well, Mr. Tech, go ahead and give me, or Miss Tech, go ahead and give me a pick lock roll.
Oh, that's ugly.
Okay, well, the good news is you picked the lock. The bad news is, as Sarah knows, he pulled a deadbolt. So you've unlocked the door, but there's still a deadbolt on the inside that you can't get to.
Wait, isn't there a way to get through a deadbolt? I feel like there is.
Do you have a small metal saw that can fit in between? Hey, do I have a small metal saw? Hold on, I'm gonna pull out my hand and just and see what kind of tools I have available.
So what cyberware do you have?
I have a tool hand.
Okay, and so this is the reason I like using the luck roll. Like, it's kind of like it used to be in 2020. It's not technically raw in Red, but I feel it fits and it works. Give me a luck roll.
You could pick.
And we'll see if you're lucky enough that happens to be one of your tools. Because it's not the sort of thing you would specify ahead of time. So, give me a luck roll.
What if you have, like
10 plus my stat?
Yeah.
It's not great. I am exactly not lucky. Very handy, not lucky.
Okay. 8. No, you don't have a super thin saw, I'm afraid.
What if Mallory uses her Nimbus Kitten fan club membership card? You can totally
it's a deadbolt.
Yeah, you can totally jimmy a deadbolt with a credit card.
No.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I just Googled it, you guys.
It depends on the type of deadbolt. And this one sounds like flat. Otherwise,
are there any cameras nearby? Or anything like that?
Perception skill roll.
Because I might just like hack into it and keep it up and running and wait for him to leave.
Alright, the good news is there are cameras like on each corner of each of the buildings. The bad news is every one of them has been shot out. Like, this is not a fun neighborhood. It's the sort of thing that people did it for fun. If they repaired them, they'd be shot again tomorrow. And if you've got people in this area doing illicit things, they don't want cameras watching them. But it was a good idea, though.
Is there a little, like, refuse pile? I mean, it's a shitty neighborhood, but it's a rough part of the nicer area, right? So I imagine there's a couple of garbage-like receptacles around. If I could search for some scrap parts.
Yeah, I mean, there's trash cans underneath on the bottom floors.
Yeah, I would probably be like, hey, just keep them busy, and I'm gonna run down there and just look for like some various scrap pieces.
What if we do the opposite, and instead of trying to get him out, we lock him in? Like, you know, when you're in college and you penny the dorm room doors.
When you say scrap, what sort of scrap are you looking for?
I'm looking for something I could make a spring-loaded little latch type thing to basically next time he opens the door, snap into place to prevent the deadbolt from going shut again.
Okay.
Also, is the deadbolt something you could shoot out?
Absolutely. I mean, with enough damage, you can shoot out anything.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If y'all decide to blast the crap out of the door, it's definitely an option.
But she's about to pull her gun and shoot the deadbolt out.
Matt, this is why I love you, because I was thinking the same exact thing.
Okay.
I was honestly thinking of replacing my basic bullets with the very few armor-piercing bullets, just to make it more like.
Alright, so
I mean, like, she's
you're
just like
down there rooting through
in.
stuff, looking for gear, and that might help, and this, that, and the other. Okay, so you're just going to casually just pull your gun.
Okay, if she pulls her gun,
are you issuing any warning to anybody at all, or are you just going to pull it out and just start going blam, blam, blam?
She can't pick the lock, right? There's not a way to pick the deadbolts.
No, not with standard lock picks or anything like that. No.
Yeah, okay, she would probably just pull out the gun and then be like, "You guys should stand back."
I'm gonna immediately say, "Mallory, get up here!"
Oh, jeez!
I got a spring. You know how rare these are?
We got bullets. Get your ass up here! And I'm gonna look at Saren and be like, "Sure."
Shoot the
The voice, Nimbus Kitten's voice gets all squeaky and high.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Okay.
Still, I mean, like I've had I guess I shouldn't have had, but no, because in the restaurant, if you pull a gun, you get shot to hell and like you could never live again. But I totally have an assault rifle with me that's not concealable.
Yeah, if I'd have remembered that, they probably wouldn't have let you take that in the restaurant.
Yeah,
but
I would have left it with. Yeah.
As it happens, let's assume that it was taken care of by Crow, and he's already given it back to you.
Yeah. Everybody has guns? Here, hold this.
Okay.
Nimbus Kitten just stands to the side with a big
rate of
pout
fire
on
your pistol?
Oh, gosh.
Is it
it's
one
probably
or two?
Two.
You had to ask things.
If it's a heavy pistol, it's 2.
It's a heavy pistol.
All right.
Wait, is it? It just
you don't have to
pistol.
roll to hit the door. Roll the damage on the door twice.
3d6. Let's do it.
Okay, thank you. Because I was like, I have no idea where that button is. 3d6.
Yeah, a very heavy pistol.
The button should be if the weapon is loaded up into your weapon section. There should be a button for it.
Right there. Okay, there we go. Attack. Just hit attack.
Yeah.
Does that auto pull up?
There it goes.
Yep. Okay, good.
All right.
2 6s.
2 6s. So you would have critted if it was a person. All right. So you blast it for 14 points of damage. Roll again.
Can I crit a door?
Technically no.
Dang it!
It doesn't have any. So that's a combined total of 24. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of good holes in the door, but it's still like, you know, in and around where you estimate the latch to be. It's still holding at this point. Do you want to shoot it again, or does anyone want to do anything else? Or make sure you mark off 2 rounds.
I have. I've been keeping track.
Yep. Bullets is something you have to track in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm just standing off to the side with a big pout on my face, holding my ears.
I'm gonna follow up with 2 more shots of my own.
Okay, shoot the door.
and now you.
Ooh,
I just
bad roll.
Unloading on this damn thing. Okay, so you hit it for 9.
No, bad roll.
And another 9. But that is enough. Okay, you've blasted out a little area where the deadbolt was, and the door is now kind of, you know, because Mallory had already kind of picked the lock, as it were. Mm-hmm. So in theory, if that was all that was holding it, a turn of the handle and a push should be enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
However,
take my heavy,
what you do here, after you've blown that out, you hear a voice says, "Open that door and I'll end you, motherfucker!"
Sounds like a challenge. I'll hand a gun, my handgun to Nimbus and be like, "It's your night."
In you go.
Rifle.
I'm like,
go, whenever you're ready.
I take the handgun, but I'm holding it all wrong.
Point it either up or down, Nimbus, not, you know, at people when you don't, you know, fire.
And when you point it up, don't point it like this. Point it like you know, like away.
So I'm going to be on the wall, not in front of the door, and I'm going to
left
turn
side
the door
or right
knob.
side? Just so I know. Like, as you're facing the door, are you on the left side of the door as you face it, or the right side?
Since Saren did the pick locking, and it was probably on the right side, I'd be on the left side.
Okay.
I'd be on the far.
Yep.
So I'm going to kind of reach across, turn the knob, throw it open, and then immediately get behind cover.
Yeah,
so
I won't be in front of the door. Yeah.
Okay. You will hear, like, immediately, as 2 bullets kind of get blasted. One catches the door itself, and the other one just, like, whistles through the doorway into the night. So whoever it is obviously does have a gun, and they do have it trained on the door.
I'm just gonna shout, I'm a pacifist!
Lean into the door and fire, I guess. Are we lighting him up? We're lighting him up, right? He shot first.
That's information.
But he's got what?
Shoot to maim, not kill. Okay, got it.
Well, just try talking, you know.
I tried that, but then guns came out.
Well, now we could try talking with the you know, the door
open.
Sounds like you got one gun in there.
Don't make us use guns. Guns are bad.
Can I roll a weapons tech to see if I can identify what kind of gun he's shooting?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm curious if I can figure this one out.
It's a heavy pistol.
Okay. Sounds like we've got one heavy pistol in there. We have 3 and an assault rifle. You might want to consider your actions.
Okay.
We don't want to fight.
We just want to talk.
All right. He'll scream back. He says, "Yeah, but I'm in here and you're out there. You're gonna have to be the first one through the door. Who wants to die first? Come on!"
He's hard.
And then just for like effect, he fires another single shot through the doorway, just to try to make his point.
That's 3.
Mallory, how many of those does he have?
5
well,
more
if
shots.
it's standard issue, then yeah, he only has 5 more shots in there.
Can I do a quick glance to see if there's another? I mean, if it's like a hallway into an offshoot room that I could leap into, possibly, so I could be in the room but not. In the
You
line of
could,
fire?
but if he's holding an action on the door, he will get to shoot you.
Can we peer in through like an angle where? Because like we can kind of audibly tell where in the room he would be, right?
Let me do a thing. Let me
Does anybody have a mirror?
Let me modify the map just a second and add a little let me hide a bit of the area to kind of cover what you could see and what you couldn't see. Kind of glancing, because you don't want to stick your head through the door. You just want to see what could you see, like from where you are, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
peripherally.
Okay. Let's do this then. And you can see a bit more than that. Come
All
on.
I see is the map.
Yeah, I haven't moved you over to it yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get it to There we go. All right, let me move you guys to. This is what you'd be able to see. Just that little area there. So you're aware that there is you can see that there's a door on the other side, across from where you guys are. This is the entrance door here. So you guys can see a chair on its end here. You can see a door here. This is like a kitchen island or a kitchen counter in the center.
Hey, I'm gonna take the form that I got from the clinic, and I'm gonna write, "We surrender," on it, fold it into an airplane, and throw it through the door.
Can I snap it from you and throw it away? Like that's.
Okay, you write "resurrender" and you're just gonna hurl it in there?
Yeah, I folded it into a paper airplane, and I'm trying to.
You might get an extra shot out of him. Who knows?
Roll to see where it lands.
Okay, yeah. You just zoom it on in there, then it flies in and will hit the floor.
Check yes or no.
Yeah, he doesn't move. He's not coming out to go pick up the piece of paper.
Mister, I really don't want to do this. Please don't let my friend shoot you.
I will tell you this. From the sounds of where he's coming from, as you're looking into the room, he would be on the right side of the room somewhere.
And that that like kitchen table countertop thing. How high is it actually?
It's about 3.5 foot high. I mean, it's solid because it's an island. It probably has cupboards and stuff in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like decent cover.
I mean, it's easy enough for a person to fully hide behind. Sure.
Oh, this is gonna get real fucking awkward.
Oh yeah, it's gonna get
more so than it already is.
So it's fine, y'all. We'll just ring the doorbell.
Yeah, I'm going to take out my flashlight and kind of shine it in the doorway really quickly, like around the room, to try to coax another shot out. See if he reacts or fires at the light. But I'm not showing my body. I'm just with the flashlight, just like beaming in the room.
Okay.
Kind of randomly.
Yeah, he is not going to shoot at that.
Okay.
He is firmly, he knows, in theory, he knows he's outnumbered, because obviously he knew how many people were chasing him. His vantage point is cover, and being in the room, knowing, you gotta come through this door.
I mean, do we? Is there another?
Okay, so, this is gonna sound like it's out of left field. In my carry-all bag, I have an inflatable bed and sleep bag.
Right.
How does the mechanics of the inflatable bed work? Like, I can take it out, it's not inflated. Would it auto-inflate? Do you see what I'm getting at?
I would say in 2045, yeah.
I was about to say, this is the future.
I'm sure it auto-inflates. I mean, hell, you can buy auto-inflating crap now, so...
Right. So, if I were to activate it as I enter the room... Obviously, I don't expect it to be cover, because it's inflatable.
Yeah, it would not count as any physical cover.
As a block to maybe make my entry harder to hit, like, as a distraction, as people come in behind, and... Or was that kind of just too...
That's really risky, Shagan, are you sure?
You're going to fuck up your bed.
Well,
it won't be inflated for long.
Oh no, wrong inflatable.
Okay, so
use the sheep next time.
At least we knew.
I'm just trying to think, like, to try to get the gunfire off of me and onto something else as I try to jump in and under the island or against the island.
Hey, you've always got me.
I can throw you in.
No, I'm just itching to shoot this thing. It's brand new, and I got to figure out what's wrong with me.
We don't have to go inside if we don't want to.
Says the person that shot the door.
Okay, Mallory, how about this? You fire blindly into the room as I dive in under the island, inside the room.
Perfect. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn the corner and just cover fire.
Okay, so you're going to do... basically, then, that is suppressive fire.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to run right in front of your bullets and take all the hits on my back.
No, see, I told you we were on your
side. He runs in and gets lit up.
I just
don't see an option. There's not an option for cover fire.
It's auto fire.
Okay, do I just shoot it as auto fire?
You shoot it as auto fire, but you're not trying to hit anybody. But what happens is he has to make a willpower save. Or willpower save. He has to make a will roll. And if he fails, he has to stay in cover or dive for cover.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Sounds like the thing I'm doing, so I'll just go ahead and roll it.
It's 17.
Takes 10, right?
Sorry?
It takes 10, yeah.
Okay.
You lose 10 ammo, yes.
Yep. So yeah, I just turn the corner up.
Yeah, it's like you just stick the muzzle of the gun in and just go, knowing he's on that side of the room, just like... And then, so he's doing that, and then Cro-Magnus staying low. You're going to try to bolt
into the island or against the island on the.
I'm shooting like a goddamn stormtrooper.
Okay, hold on.
So that's cool. I like the suppressive fire mechanic. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
It works
neat.
at all. It's cool.
Will plus concentration plus 1d10 against what you fired. Right?
Yep.
Nice.
And the difficulty is 17.
Dang.
It's not impossible to beat.
Not impossible, but it depends how.
Pretty hard to beat.
Depends how cool-headed he is, right?
That was with a 3, wasn't it? So, in the future it'll probably be better. That's so sad.
Hey, it's still a good roll.
So he's will plus concentration. 9. Okay.
I shoot the boom booms. Oh. Oh.
Are you kidding?
Is it defender wins or?
No. It is, I believe. Now you're gonna get me to double check that.
Oh, you don't have to double check. It totally.
It's like initiative. We check and see who has the better stat.
I believe it is defender wins. Hang on.
Damn.
I think you're right.
I should have used a luck. Oh well. I never think about it because I have 3.
Okay, let's see.
But in this case, who's the defender?
Well, and that's the part I'm double checking how that works. Yeah. Okay, so hitting for the DV of a ranged attack on a tie. In case of a tie, the defender always wins.
What is that?
Let's see here.
I mean, technically, he's defending.
He has to exceed the difficulty value because you are setting the defensive.
Okay.
So technically, it's your roll, which means arguably in this you're so yes, he would have had to have beat 17.
Okay.
So
we'll keep that in mind.
He thought about it. He thought about it. Okay, so you do that, and then you're using your move to basically dive in here and like crouch down. Jacket?
Yeah, like here I imagine because it's closer. Right?
Okay.
And I'd just be standing in the doorway like Rambo. I love shooting.
Shooting's fun.
Oh, you're gonna give me wrinkles.
Okay, so there's the rest of the room. And he would be. Let me put him exactly.
I feel like I'm huge compared to him. He's like a little kid.
He's just a little guy.
Well, you're also wearing a big jacket and a big puffy,
That's true.
And you are a fairly large dude.
It's kind of.
Okay. Let me see. What do I want? This. Okay. In that case, so everybody else is kind of outside the room. So now it comes down to initiative rolls. So let's get some.
Oh, I wasn't looking forward to this.
Okay, so we got Crow on a 14.
I'm looking
Nimbus is on a 16.
Is it an awareness?
Sarah at 11.
It's at the top, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a button at the very top for initiative.
Oh, gross.
Ooh, that's ugly.
Gross. I'm just excited.
So you're on a 5. All right, and I got to roll for this guy. And he is going there.
Oh, gross. Man, I suck.
Okay, so everybody's dived into position. So, based on this, it makes it easy and consistent for it to always need to be higher than the DV, right? Okay, so, Nimbus, do you wish to do anything? Do you wish to get involved in this mess, or do you want to stay outside?
I kind of don't, but okay, so how far can I move? I know I have a movement of 4.
So, let me make sure I've got my... These should be... So if you've got 4, you can move 2 yards per movement. So that is 8.
Yeah.
Now you can choose to run, which allows you to, if you don't use a regular action of any other kind, you can run and double your movement, just like you could in D&D or whatever.
No, if I made it that far, I would need to act, or I would get my shit pushed in. I'm just gonna go as fast as I can to the other side of this thing here. Here.
Okay, so you're gonna bolt. Okay.
I'm also ditching the gun. I mean, I'm not throwing it. I'm ditching the gun and I'm taking out my stun gun.
Okay, alright. It does not take an action to drop a weapon. Crow. I mean, at this point, you will be aware that he is on the other side of the island.
Right, so if I was to peek to the north, would I see him, or is he really, like...
Well, you don't know, because you don't know. He's on one side, you're on the other. You don't know if you stick your head out, if he's sitting there with a gun, or... You don't know.
Okay, so I am going to, with my gun, kind of pop myself to the north, and if I see him, I will shoot twice. I mean... No mercy at this point. And if I don't see him, then I'll pop back in.
Okay. You will see him crouched down.
Is he a kid, or is he like a bad guy?
He's not a kid, but he's probably a late teens, early 20. He's not...
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot twice.
Alright.
Because he didn't see me come in, so I'm assuming...
Alright, 13 and 10.
Ooh, just a little 10.
Right, hang on,
but
so let me...
I mean, he's within the smallest DB. So.
Yeah.
So, let's see. An 18 is a hit, and 23. Yeah, easy. Easy hits.
So, 13 and 10 damage, respectively.
Yep. And...
Yeah, Paladin, I'm killing another kid, apparently, you know?
That's what he does. He's a kid killer.
I'm harnessing my Veslar.
You don't want to kill this guy.
It's
Dude, like, we chased him down, broke into his apartment, and then killed him. What the fuck?
That's what you do.
Hey, I was following Saren, and he shot first. He shot
Right?
first.
Because he shot in self-defense, though.
No, he shot first. So we blew out his
Aaron
deadlock.
said he has
Leathers
information.
is 4. Okay, so first one hits 9. That drops his DV down to 3. The next one hits for 7. So he's taken a total of 16 and has 3 points of armor. No, he doesn't. He has 2 points of armor left.
I would use the rest of my movement to pop back on this side. I mean,
Yeah,
just,
okay.
Like, stick out like, hey guy, I'm shot you twice.
No problem.
Kid, please don't.
Alright, it is his turn.
Oh, God.
Okay, his movement is he jumps up on top of the counter
Oh.
and just
He's roided.
he's gonna shoot you back as well.
Sure. Makes sense.
This is like a suicide standoff. Both right there. Where's John Wick when you need him, right? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
18 biscuits. Like,
Oh dear.
Yeah, I
We're
deserve
so good
to
at
get
games.
hits. I
We're so
deserve
good at
this.
games.
That's how it works. That's what
I
happens.
deserve it. This is Night City, baby. Let's die. let's kill people.
People get shot every day. Okay. So he has got 10 plus D10. And I will have to use... that's a 12. That misses by 1.
Woo! The table protected me.
That
Oh,
didn't.
that's a hit.
Not
That's
that time.
a hit.
That's a definite hit.
Damn, he's a good shot.
For 13 points of damage to the body.
All right.
So you
remove my armor from that and take that as damage. My armor gets ablated. Got it.
There you go. Yep. Okay. Saren, what do you want to do? Is this the thing you want to get involved in, or?
Saren is going to duck down closer to the ground.
Okay.
And like peek her head in to kind of get a view of what's going on. Obviously, she doesn't know what's going on inside except gunshots.
Okay.
And
yeah, so you'll see basically Crow crouched down behind the counter. You'll see Nimbus Kitty on the southern side of the counter, and this young Mook standing on top, like shooting down at Crow. So they're all like right there. It's like a little cluster of people.
Ugh. Okay, we just want information about the stupid raccoons. And I don't think she would take a shot at this.
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere else in the room?
No, absolutely not.
Just stay in the doorway.
She's incredibly nervous around anyone she doesn't know.
Okay, Mal, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get a really good shot on him.
Oh, well, you are, because he's standing on top of the counter.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
And they're kind of crouched down, so...
I'm saying I'm shooting within 8 yards with a shoulder gun.
Oh, she's afraid she might hit us.
No, I'm afraid that I'm just not gonna be able to hit that target number because it's really, really hard to shoot up close with. Yeah.
Yeah, those sort of guns are not really designed for close quarter combat.
Yeah.
But
so
they can.
I mean, I have a move of 7, so I can easily get at least to this corner behind the couch a little bit.
You could do that, yep. So you could bolt and dive down behind the couch. Get in position. Okay, which wasn't a terrible move. Because at that moment, this door
Would
suddenly...
I be able to hold my...
God damn it!
You can... So you can hold an action, you can't hold a move. You've moved and you still have an action, so yes, you can hold the action.
Okay.
But you have to specify what you're holding it for. It's very... You have to, like, say...
I feel like at this point it would be meta to say watching the door because it's further away, and if something were to happen, I can't deal with this with a gun from here. Feels a little meta now that you've said that, and I've seen the little gun.
Right.
I don't wanna like say that, so I guess I'd just shoot at the guy. It's 10 now, so that's an easier range, hopefully.
Okay, alright.
And I'll just take a single shot with the gun.
Okay, reflex plus your weapon skill, D10. It's a 16, and you needed a...
16.
16, so you're right there. You hit him.
Okay.
You hit him for 13. His armor ablates down to 1. Means he still takes 12. Okay, yeah, he is definitely suffering some effects of being shot. He's not critted, but he is injured for sure. Okay, and at that point, this door gets kicked open, and a guy with an assault rifle dives out, holding the gun. He has got his shoulder. He's like wearing clothing and stuff, but he's got like an arm brace on. Clearly, this is the guy that was originally shot and got patched up.
Oh, great.
Okay. And that's where we're going to stop it tonight. Because it's a great cliffhanger point. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you for everybody that spent their time or followed or cheered and all those other good things. We've had a blast. Hope you did too. Yeah. Y'all take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.